Hi, and welcome to our family prayer activity for today. When you think of a beautiful summer day and you think of a great activity to do with your children, one of the first things that comes to mind is playing with bubbles. Kids love bubbles of all ages, whether you've got a little tyke or even the older kids. Bubbles are just something that's fun that people have been fascinated with for years. I know I still am. So how do we tie bubbles into prayer? Well, the first thing you need to do is to have bubbles. You can purchase them at the dollar store or at any of the retailers, or if you don't feel like going out to the store, and I know we're still a little cautious about going out, you can make your own bubbles. Very simple recipe using corn syrup and detergent that you can do on your own, or you can also just look on the internet and find a variety of different ways to make bubbles. So when we have our bubbles, what do we do with the bubbles? Well, there's a few things you can do. One of the first things that you can do, and you can teach your children, is think of the bubbles being like the breath of God. And as they say their prayer and the breath comes out, they blow their bubbles. They can think of those bubbles holding their prayers, taking them right up to heaven and right up to God. You can also look at things where when you blow them, sometimes the bubbles make it, sometimes they pop. The ones that pop on the ground can be prayers for those people who are in need or those that need help. The ones that float away can be prayers of thanks or praise to God. You can also think of the bubbles as every time the bubbles disappear or they pop, that's God hearing the prayer, because it pops for God's prayer or it disappears to go to God in heaven. So there's so many different ways you can be creative and come up with so many different ways to tie bubbles into your prayer. You can also do, and this is a neat little activity, get a bubble blower and try to pop the bubbles. And you know, kids love popping bubbles. And what they can do is, as the bubbles come by and they pop those bubbles, every time they pop the bubble, you can have those being prayers for people. Like, I'm popping a bubble for, popping a bubble for our parish, or popping a bubble for our family members. And as you go around and you see the bubbles are everywhere, your kids can have a really great time popping those bubbles in prayer. So it can be a pop-up prayer bubble. But there are so many different things, and you can be so creative when it comes to bubbles. If you don't have bubbles and you still want to do a creative bubble prayer, there's always bubble wrap. And you can take the bubble wrap, and every time you pop it, say a prayer for somebody. Say a special prayer intention. It's also a good stress reliever as well. So you can use all kinds of bubbles in your bubble prayer, whether it's the liquid bubbles, soap bubbles, or bubble wrap. So please enjoy your time with bubbles in prayer, and I want to say please stay safe, take care, and God bless.